All right, we're back. Sorry it took so long.
The new setup.
The new old setup.
New old setup.
It
New and
still sounds pretty good. I can hear all of you talk,
Yeah.
and you haven't cut out
Usually
at
a
all during
plus.
the break.
Oh no, I can't let. Sorry, some of my food fell on the floor. But chocolate's poisonous to dogs. No chocolate for the dogs.
Ooh, yeah, that's a problem.
Okay.
Alright.
So we had just, unless someone wants to do something, we had just left heaven, with an archangel on a whale. Correct?
Yeah, not an archangel, just an angel.
Oh, okay.
regular angel. All right.
Okay, that's a very killable angel.
Yeah, I don't feel as
God damn it.
It's still an imperial angel.
I mean,
But,
I haven't
yeah.
I haven't actually chosen my side yet, despite serving an imperator.
Yeah.
I'm like,
I think I'll say just to get the action going. I think Phineas turns to Trek and says something like, "Brother Trek, can you guide us home?"
in the background.
Are you sure you don't want to? Go ahead.
In the
Go ahead.
background, while you two are having this conversation, Robert is having a two-sided, out loud conversation with himself about whether Track should be called a brother.
Yep. I think it's just the default.
Yeah, he's being pedantic with himself out loud.
Golden, there's some sort of audio issue. Koki Tano is saying in chat that they can't hear anybody but you.
That would be bad.
Yeah, that's a thing.
Because we had
That's
some really
just
good
with
banter
this.
there.
I mean,
Is that just with the new setup, or it could be?
No,
Just now
before
it's-
you should have been working. Can you hear them now?
There
Can
we
you
are.
hear us
All right.
now?
That's great.
So apparently, Discord changed my output device for no reason, just because the video call ended. Sorry about that.
Okay.
I'll have
It's
another
it's a
thing to
Google
complain
Hangouts
to
problem,
Discord
where it's
about.
just changing your stuff.
No, it's Discord. Discord did it.
It's okay.
Oh yeah, let me.
So yeah, I was testing out the Discord video call, and it's bad. Don't use it.
Buggy
Maybe later it'll be more stable, but don't use it for now.
for streaming.
Yeah, or even for any kind of call where you want to hear the other people on the call.
Yeah, you can test it. It's
I mean,
probably
yeah, use it to call your mother. That's fine. But when
You're-
you need to hear stuff,
as we all know, mothers use Discord a lot. Like it's
Yeah.
just
All the time.
every
Yeah.
40 to 50 woman, 40, 50-year-old woman just loves Discord. It's their go-to.
I mean, I will
I mean-
say that my mother is on Discord. So
no,
Yeah.
I don't think my mom's.
I know mothers that play Overwatch that use
In
Discord.
fact, I don't know anyone in real life that I know has heard of it that isn't like my video game friends.
Right. I feel like there's this thing that happens as you get older where you realize that your parents are cooler than you. I don't know if this happened to anybody else. It might just be my phase of life being a parent who mostly stays at home. But my
That's
dad goes to he was at the Decemberists concert the other day. And I'm like, damn it, that used to be
Yeah.
me. I used to do those things. I used to be a cool person.
Like we're
Not
going all those. See, it's the opposite for me because every time we go to the Marvel movies, they tell me about all the comic books read when we were a kid, and we all know the comic books.
Oh.
Are cool.
Yep, comic books are the least cool thing around. When my dad, I don't consider cool, but my dad was way cooler than me when he was my age. He had a leather jacket and a motorbike. When he turned 18, he immediately moved from Canada to Australia and spent 3 years biking across Australia, I think west to east. So
Yeah.
pretty cool. Very cool. Yeah,
That definitely wins. That's
That-
I mean,
that is high up on the cool contest.
yeah,
Yeah.
you'll never be as cool as him. Just give it up now. And
So you're all on this whale leaving heaven, and there's a angel standing next to you. He looks kind of out of place, quietly.
Okay.
What does he look like, Golden?
You were gonna ask, was it Trek a thing, right?
Oh yeah. Just to kick off the scene, I think we get onto the whale. The angel's there. I think I turn to Trek and I say, "Brother Trek, can you guide guide us home?
Trek just turns to you and says, "Are you sure you don't wish to use your map? I mean, you may. I might get us lost, but your map now that might get us home, jackass." And I turn, and the whale starts going.
Nice. So yeah, the whale starts going.
Yeah.
So the angel has red skin, white hair, and is wearing a long robe. There is a sword at his side. And of course, he has big angelic wings sprouting out his back.
I see Rob, like, they're both probably sitting on, like, whale seats on the whale, like, across from each other and, like, awkwardly not staring at each other. Or at least that's what Robert's doing. And then he looks up and says, "So, you're an angel."
The angel looks at Robert and doesn't do anything for a while, but then he nods.
What's your name?
Says, "I am Zaphael, angel of destruction."
Think I've heard of you. Good
But it's
reputation.
Yes.
I think you've been on some shirts. Some songs have been named after you as well.
People tend to respect power and displays of power.
What is the most memorable thing you've destroyed?
And then he says dinosaurs.
Oh, sick burn.
Okay. And I think that was you. We're
Yes,
still finding those skeletons all over.
I smote the earth with a meteor that just wiped them all out.
Why?
They're disgusting creatures.
That's
Okay.
two.
Strike 3 and you're out. All right. I guess. No, I think humans have a fascination with dinosaurs. We've made many, many, many movies about them. Do they actually have feathers?
Some of them had feathers before they were all destroyed.
Yes. I thank you. I
He's
know that.
really driving that point home for some reason.
I think he's trying to be subtle about not wanting me to talk to him, but yeah. I'm considering now. Considering this guy wiped out all. Should I make this guy more sadistic? Should I try to make the
angel of destruction needs to be sadistic too. That's a great fucking idea.
That sounds like I'm gonna do it.
I'm surrounded by jackasses. This is wonderful.
In character, it's probably like he's never done this before, so it's probably like unconscious. Now, which is it? Aspect? It's a domain or persona that makes someone sadistic, that can increase someone's
persona.
sadism.
If you want to just make him sadistic, like, you can create it. But if you want to make him, so if you want to change him so that he is sadistic, then it's persona. If you just want him to act sadistic for a while, then it's domain. Or if you want to get him to do something because he's sadistic, then that's domain.
Okay. I think I want to change him to be more sadistic. So that would be persona. That's difficulty 1. Blessing or curse. Make someone more like your estate.
Sure, you could do that.
Is there
It won't be very
anything?
strong at that level.
Yeah,
Yeah,
which I
there's-
think makes sense because I'm doing it in an unconscious way.
There is
Sure.
difficulty 3 in your domain. Give someone the desire to be sadistic.
Yeah.
If that's what you're after.
I don't think so. I think it's sort of an right now, at least with Robert, it's an unconscious effect he has on those around him. And so I think he just
Aura
makes
of
people
sadism.
literally. Yeah. Is there a greater enchantment? Yes, difficulty 7. I have 7 points in one persona.
Well, enchantment would add one of your
Enchantment is not
state
blessing.
properties to him.
Oh, okay.
So if
So
you wanted
you got, like,
to
the
make him
power.
addictive, that would be an enchantment.
Okay.
Derives pleasure from others' pain, that would be enchantment.
I see.
But if you just
I
want to
see.
make him generally more sadistic, then that's blessing or curse.
Okay. I will. I'm going to do it. Difficulty 1, blessing or curse. Difficulty 1, unless he's opposing it, I don't have to spend points. Unless I have to see beforehand.
Sure, I don't think he minds being more sadistic.
Okay. Then I don't have to spend points because my persona is already 1. So
Right.
he is now a sadistic, or a more sadistic god of destruction.
You get the sense that the next time he says he's going to he destroyed dinosaurs, there'll be a note of pride in his voice.
Yeah, let me know. Yes, I annihilated those dinosaurs. I ended
Yes.
them. Perfect.
I hate you guys. I would like Phineas would like to approach Trek at some point on this journey to do a scene, but
Yeah,
only if
Yeah.
if
I
the
am done.
conversation is done.
I am. Yeah. We just continue with small talk, basically.
So I think Phineas approaches Trek, and where are you, like, on the whale? Are you in, like, the pagoda, or is there, like, a steering wheel? I don't understand how whale flight works.
We'll make it as easy as possible. There's like it's reins. It's like sitting like just in front of the blowhole, and there's some reins that he's got.
Nice. So I think I approach you and I say, I think it's days later after you insulted me egregiously. And I say, brother Trek, and I'm holding, because we have, like, a cooler of food, right?
Yeah.
So I think I have, like, what goes in a cooler of food?
It's specifically a cooler full of food pulled from a gas station.
Right. Yeah. Yeah. So I have, like, a thing of, like, Pringles. And I think I approach you and I say, brother Trek, do you eat? I brought you, and then I realized that was maybe stupid, and I stopped talking for a second.
I think Trek turns and just like grabs the can of Pringles and starts eating them, and he says, "The only food I've experienced is food like this. It's the food of the people that travel. They, according to your human civilization, it's not the best food, but I tend to enjoy it."
Mm-hmm. I say, there is a time and a place for everything in creation. And then I think I say, I'm afraid I have been unfair to you, brother Trek.
In what way?
The last few days have been confusing for me. I am a man of faith, and I had faith the world was a certain way, and I have realized now that there is more. much, much more than I ever imagined or was told in the Bible. And I think I have a Bible on me somewhere, like a small book of verse or something. So I put my my hand in my pocket, like reflexively, just because I have a Bible in like a coat jacket or something like that I'm wearing. And I say, if I was short with you, or if I did not speak with you earlier, I apologize. I did not understand how you fit into creation. But I see now that was ignorant. That you have as much a role to play in the world as any mortal soul.
In your confusion, priest, I think we share a common experience. Evil for myself as well. I'm not used to conversing like this. I'm not even used to being in one place for this long. It is vexing, to say the least.
Mm-hmm.
I often I have ridden alongside the travelers, and I have never been able to understand their very limited scope, their not being able to freely wander from place to place, to be trapped in a physical body. It's limiting.
I say, for me, it is the opposite. In the last few days, I have seen more of creation than I ever dreamed existed. My eyes have been opened to the way of the world, and also to creatures beyond just a mortal soul. The good book teaches that man and woman are the only souls, that there is no Lord but the Lord. What are you, Brother Trek? How do you come to be in this world?
As long as there has been a desire for seeking the horizon, I have existed. I know no place of birth or home, as you would call it. There are more such as I, more drives, more ambitions that your, what's the word I'm looking for here? That your experiences and your perceptions have turned into manifestations of want and need. We are very it's so hard to explain. I have it in my head, but those like me are very particular. We do not coexist with each other as you humans do. We exist to drive other things toward their goals.
Do you have worshippers of your own?
That would be, I suppose that is the best word for it, yes. The people that seek new experiences, who do not wish to remain in one place. They do not know they worship me, but they are still reverent toward the idea of me.
Hmm. I would like to meet them one day, when this business is done.
I'm sure you have known several in your travels. Does your congregation not still engage in the pilgrimage?
I laugh and I say, there are many traditions, but my congregation is. Where are we? Like we're in like New England, right? That's what we established.
Mhm.
Well, right now you're
Yeah, in the
floating.
Sorry.
Yeah.
Before
But yeah,
we were ripped out of reality into a pocket dimension and then embarked from there onto the world ash to
Yeah.
climb up heaven and back again.
Right.
Physically, where in the world were we?
Yeah, like
Yeah, it was
New
like New
England-ish.
England.
New England-ish?
Yeah.
I say, no. My congregation is in Virginia. I think that's right? We actually did establish a town.
Yeah.
In real world, there was a castle or something,
This wasn't
or a fort.
I didn't write it down in my notes. I know the name of my parish. The name of my parish is the Cathedral of Saint Sebastian.
Okay.
Wait, did I
But
close
that's not a real
Roll20?
place.
When did I close Roll20?
I don't think it's in Roll20.
Let me see if I wrote it down at all. I don't even have my notebook. God damn it. There it is.
Hang on, did we? I feel like we did throw around some.
Yeah, we talked about being like near Salem because there was some witch stuff going on and
Right.
stuff like that.
Yeah, you guys had definitely found a fort. But I don't recall, and that's not an episode that's on YouTube because the audio was just so bad.
Right, that's when we were
right.
peaking really badly.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I did take notes off of that though.
Anyway, I think it was like Virginia, West Virginia. It was like in that area.
Okay.
I think so.
Yeah. I say, yeah. So we can retcon this later, but I think I laugh and I say, my congregation is in West Virginia. Perhaps we are due for some travel. Perhaps it would do our souls good.
I have been with many of what you would call the faithful, as they have made to sites they deem significant. It has always done them some good to see their journey through to the end and verify that they are along the correct path. Perhaps with enough travel we shall do the same.
Mm-hmm. I nod and I say, one day. For now, our path is set, and I must study the contract. And I pull the contract out, and I go away, and I'm just going to spend more time reading it.
Okay.
Okay.
It's a whale, so if it's a regularly sized blue whale, then it's pretty big, but we can see each other, right?
Well, there's like a big palanquin kind of thing in the middle of the whale, just has a big lounge area in
Yeah.
it. So
Yeah.
Okay.
I think Zaphael is just sitting on the cooler.
So you finish your conversation and look over. Zaphael and myself, I'm pretty sure, are currently arm wrestling. Trying to see who's strongest.
Okay, yeah. So
I want to
Zaphael's
test out my strength.
pretty strong.
Yeah.
So I think like just the fact that you're putting your physical force against him, like it's like shock waves of power going through you, like you're being electrocuted while you do this arm wrestling contest.
Interesting.
It's like your body is trying to pull itself apart.
Okay. That powerful. I think I'm going to use 2 miracle points in this.
Okay.
To upgrade to unstoppable power. I've become
All right.
casually invincible. I can do effectively anything as long as it makes physical sense. I'm as powerful as I need to be.
Let me
I want to. My intention is to beat him in arm wrestling.
And not be atomized by the Angel of Destruction.
Mm-hmm. I want to see if I can beat the Angel of Destruction in arm wrestling. I think this is me testing out my body.
Yeah. Okay. I don't think 2 is good enough.
That's a 6 in total.
It's 6 in
It's
total.
2 miracle points plus my aspect of 4.
Oh, you actually spent 2.
Yes.
I thought you were just doing it lower for some reason.
Nah, I have a lot of miracle points, and I feel like spending them to arm wrestle because I think Robert wants to push himself in testing out his new body.
I don't think Zaphael would spend miracle points to win an arm wrestling contest.
But he
So
is
I think-
more sadistic right now, so is he?
Yeah.
He just stops arm wrestling and just pulls your eye out.
So I think what happens is
Cheat arm wrestling.
you win the arm wrestling contest, and then he says something like, so that power you have is helping you immensely, isn't it?
Robert is like panting a bit. He's like kind of has it like he's feeling the rush from beating an angel in arm wrestling. He's like, yeah. I'm just trying to figure it out. And he's like he's like half looking at his like right arm and like, yeah.
And I think he says, "You're thinking too small." And I think he just points at a planet you guys are passing by, and
He's just like the
a
casual
flaming
glow
meteor
stuff.
just comes out of nowhere and smashes right into it.
Okay.
And you see this giant mushroom cloud of fire coming out.
And Robert is just like, that was awesome.
And he's like, all right, you do the next one.
I don't. Can I do the next one? He both is a player and in character. He's like, can I do that?
As a GM, yes, you can.
Okay. I don't think I want to spend the miracle points on that. Well, I don't know actually what type of miracle points it would be.
It would be a domain, probably.
Domain. All right.
Yeah.
Let's see.
So what he did was
Greater destruction.
no,
What did
greater creation. So level 7.
It's a creation of destruction, right?
Creation
Yeah.
of a thing that immediately destroyed a thing. So that'd be
Right.
difficulty 7. All right. Difficulty 7 on domain is a lot.
Yeah.
Don't think I'm going to spend the miracle points. I think Robert will try, but he'll do like kind of, the first Spider-Man movie where he first tries to do web slinging. He does like yeah, that's exactly what Robert's going to do.
So you try to destroy this next planet you're going by, and your estate comes back and says, "Do you really want to destroy this planet?" Like you just hear his voice echoing in your mind.
This is my Imperator himself.
No, this is sadism itself.
Okay, this is new for Robert.
Yeah.
He's like, what? Who are you? You're new.
I am not a person. I am an idea. I am every moment someone has taken joy in the pain of another. Every person in the universe. I am the
And,
ill will that you bear towards others and that they bear to you.
and I think that it says like I am sadism, but also I also say the word sadism at the same time. Like I know that as its name.
Right.
Why are you here?
You asked me to destroy this world, and I'm asking you why.
I don't know. It was on a whim to see if I could, to impress someone next to me.
Do you wish me to destroy this planet for these reasons?
No, I have no ill will towards them. I've never met anyone or anything on that planet.
And you feel that this force, draw away from you. As it's disappointed at this lack of opportunity to show you what it's capable of.
Yeah. And I think that all happened kind of instantly in his head. And so I think Robert, like, just a change comes over him in terms of how he's feeling. And he is just kind of like, the rush is gone. It's the angel, I'm sure, notices. He just kind of stops and says, I think I'm done for now. And I think unless the angel says something or stops him, he just kind of walks like into a part of the whale sitting area that is away from everyone else.
Is there actually like separate rooms you can go into?
Not
or just
separate
one
rooms.
big room?
I imagine it's kind of like a boat where there's
So you
like
go
a bunch of
stand in the
chairs.
corner?
Literally, yeah. I go like sit in the corner or something.
Yeah, you like
Okay.
look out over the like railing.
Yeah, actually, that's what I
Yeah.
do. And
Okay.
I look down over the railing of the whale onto stars and planets below us.
Yeah, sure.
Just because it's a thing Primarch and I need to start doing more, do you want to like start a project about testing your powers or testing your limits, something like that?
I don't think that. I think that was him trying to. I don't think he wants to anymore. I do have another thing, and I think that actually after, unless do you guys want to have another scene at all before Robert does another thing? Because it could be like after he thinks for some time, he does a thing on the whale.
I mean, as long as you're not going to blow up a planet, I'm not going to stop you from doing anything. So
No.
yeah,
Though a planet
I
did blow
would
up.
have, but
A planet did blow up, but it wasn't me.
I don't
Remember,
have
when I describe something as GM, it's entirely within your guys' right to say, "Wait, stop! I wanted to prevent that."
Cool. Okay. Then I think sometime later, like maybe after the commercial break or something, if this was a TV show, Robert walks over to Phineas, and probably within earshot of Trek. And Phineas, you're still reading the contract?
Yeah, I mean that's not what I'm doing 100% of the time, but I think like I asked for 2 weeks, right?
Yeah.
And it was 3 to 4 days to heaven, 3 to 4 days back. So we're at 7 days. Is that fair?
Yeah. So about that, Zen, how is Wanderlust getting you back? Because, like, you guys didn't take time to like look for any, distinguishing features about your planet, right?
That's true.
Like,
How do we it's
you are lost amidst a billion stars. And did you even look back to see what your world looked like?
I would assume so. Like once we got out to the World Ash, I think Trek has been looking at everything and taking note to go to the interesting places he sees.
And I would point out you have an affliction that you are easily distracted by the horizon.
Oh yeah, that's definitely a thing.
So is it a thing that happened and it's now causing you trouble, or would you like to take a wound and have suppressed that?
Oh no, I mean if anybody's paying attention to how he's flying, it's always a piece of candy and off to the side to check out whatever he's flying by.
The whale's just going like this basically all the time.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, we're meandering back in a vaguely general direction. because
All right.
because I also have a bond that I always know the best route. So
True. But they don't cancel each other out. They just both take effect.
Yeah, so I'm wandering back and forth onto the best route. Like,
sure.
Okay.
So it's been 8 days, and you have no idea where Earth is, Phineas.
Sorry, I don't, or Trek doesn't.
You don't. I think Trek knows, but Trek isn't.
We don't know
going
how
straight
close
home.
we are.
He's
Right. I would like to
Are
have
we
a-
there yet? Are we? Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, the other thing you're going to have to do is explain to Trek that time is a thing, because before
Yeah.
he was physical, that there's no such thing as time.
Yeah. You know what? I have a map. That's pretty good, Huh? Yeah, that's not a thing. That wasn't in character.
You just take your map to Trek and say, "This is how we're going home."
Right. I think I'm. I think I walk to Trek and I say, "Brother Trek, we must talk."
Are we not talking now?
How much longer until we return home?
You just hear this sigh come from Trek. And,
I am in earshot.
And he looks at you and says, "Your kind is always in such a hurry."
I think this is a conversation between the three of us.
Okay. Yeah, but Trek gestures around and says, "Look at where we are. I have never seen such a thing. I'm sure you have not either. We would be foolish to not take advantage of this opportunity."
I nod. I think I say, "What do you know of the Creator?"
That just blank stare.
I say, "He who created you was slain by a force beyond creation, that which is named Excrucian. There is another Excrucian waiting in our home, waiting to enter creation and wreak more havoc, more suffering, perhaps threatening me, perhaps threatening you."
Do you know if this may be the same excursion?
I just shake my head. And I say, "No, but I believe I know how to stop him, how to constrain Terte. But I have only 2 more days. Can you get me home in time?"
Where we are, is there any does time exist here? Can we tell time is passing? Because we're just out among the stars.
Probably not. There is
there
no
is
turning
time.
sun.
I mean, if you had a clock, it would work.
That's
right?
true. Actually, oh no, I think I said already when I got in the car crash, my watch was ruined.
Don't you have a cell phone or something though?
Yes.
It would be out of batteries after 8 days though.
But
It's an anchor of mine.
Trek made it to an
So-
anchor, so
You
it
did?
no longer
Oh yeah,
requires
it's
power.
batteries.
It's okay. Yeah. So we're good.
So you could just look at your phone and look at your calendar.
Okay. I do that after being reminded of it because I think even Robert would have forgotten.
I guess like you're really confused too because you have like 5 bars of signal. It's kind of confusing.
Yeah. I'm like, where's the cell tower out here?
What is infinite G?
Yeah.
But you can tell it's been about 8 days
Yeah.
since you left Earth.
Okay.
So
I think
that was
Robert-
also like possibly 9 or 10 days because it took you a day to get to Spirit Whale, right?
Yeah. Robert speaks up, I think, at this point. He says, I've been having a thought. We have these incredible abilities. If this is all true and real, if the creator, God, or whatever, is dead, if the being that gave us these abilities, whether or not they're responsible, if they're believed responsible for killing the creator, that's bad.
I say it is surely bad, but death, Robert, is not the end. You heard
Yes,
the
reincarnation.
say, the spirit, the creator's soul has not been found, but the creator's soul persists. It exists. There is.
Do you think we could bring the creator's soul back?
Yes.
Because that's what I've been thinking about.
I think I say. Hang on, sorry. Give me a second. I say there is no other path. We must serve creation and we must serve our Lord Umaya.
And this is both.
The only way
Find a way to stave off the wrath of the angels.
just head nodding from me.
And
and I think I looked
Yeah.
at Trek and I say, this is, but perhaps we should hear from someone with a broader perspective.
Bringing
The
back
angel?
this.
Or are you talking about Trek?
Yeah, I'm sorry. I'm looking at Trek.
Okay.
I think that this isn't something that Trek has ever really dealt with before, but he latches on to one small piece of it and says to bring something that was dead back to where it was once alive, that would seem to be one of the greatest journeys I've ever heard of.
Especially since it was the creator of all of existence.
I can see some merit to this idea.
I think I look to Robert, but I'm talking about Trek, and I say, Brother Trek is a pathfinder. If anyone can find, the angels themselves could not find where the creator's soul has traveled, but surely Brother Trek can.
It is certainly within my scope.
But how long will it take? I have another idea, but I don't want to talk about it until I try it. It's probably ludicrous. But it might be faster if it pans out. I just need to go back to my life for some time.
If it is within the realm of possibility to do, I will certainly try, but I could not guarantee a time frame.
The creator has been dead 1,000 years. Surely we have some time. For now, let's focus on the task ahead. I know, I believe I can prevent the excrucian Tirteutnapushtum from entering creation. If Brother Trek, you can guide us home within a day.
Very well. I will. And it very distastefully says,
I reach over
Just
and
the
I
whale
pick up
going
a
to
big
hyperspace.
stone tablet and I say, "Here is a map," and I hand it to you. Just kidding. I wouldn't really. That's not a. That's
very,
not a thing.
very, very quickly see the stone tablet being flung off the side of the whale.
Matthew want to do. That's not a thing. That,
Yeah. Does the whale go into hyperspeed or something like
I mean,
style
like-
hyperspeed?
It could, I think, if I can. How would I go about putting rocket boosters on a space whale?
Raphael offers to help. He can.
I have some reservations about arriving on the chunk of the whale that's left.
Okay. So let's take a
I
look at your
have-
character sheet.
Okay.
You go ahead and tell us your idea.
I was going to say do this first because I want to probably change one of my projects. I don't think I'm interested in killing sadism at all anymore. I think I would like to, if possible, change that to resurrecting God.
Sure. Or you can just add another one.
True.
Can
Yeah,
we?
okay.
So here's how it actually works, right? If you have a project, like it's something you want to accomplish, you can just write that down.
Okay.
If you have something about yourself, you ask the GM, like, here's this issue that my character has. And then I ask you a question. And you get XP by answering that question.
I see.
So you want to resurrect God, you can just write that down.
So we can do joint projects, right? Because I have one called How I Met God.
Yeah, only one of you should write this project down.
Oh,
right.
okay.
So I have one called How I Met God, which has an imperial. I have an imperial miracle to spend on it.
Right.
And I've been thinking of changing it to How I Resurrected God because that.
Yeah.
I mean,
think it would be
well,
most.
meeting a god who is dead and resurrecting a god who is dead are basically the same thing.
That's true.
It's
Well,
just a-
unless they reincarnated, then you can meet them before resurrecting them. Like, yeah. If
Oh,
they
I
reincarnated-
hadn't thought about the fact
like a
that-
Jesus style, they reincarnated as a regular dude somewhere on the earth type of coolness.
Yep. We need to do some research, I think.
But I think it makes the most sense for this to be your project because you're the Catholic cardinal. Was it
Yeah.
cardinal or bishop? I think it was cardinal.
Bishop.
I'm a bishop.
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 Okay.
Bishop Barrow.
I
Yeah,
think technically you get to redefine your project every time you advance it anyway, so sure.
Okay. That's cool.
So, can you have projects that are related but not the same goal?
Yeah.
Okay.
And then you guys might advance each other's project by all working, towards the same end for your own reasons. Yeah, that's totally
Yeah.
part
Yeah.
of the game.
So the same event can advance multiple people's projects.
Right.
Right. I mean, it sounds like we're all agreed. Like one of the things that we want to do is try to resurrect the creator.
But you
I
cannot
phrased-
all have the same
We can't all have that project. Yeah.
Only
I think
one
it makes
person's
the most
project.
sense for you two.
because
Right.
whenever a project is advanced, everybody that worked on that gets the MP. So if you all had the same project, you would all get 4 times the MP you should.
That makes sense.
Right.
I think my project will related but not the same. How I what's the word? How I not justified is the wrong word. What's the word for revealing that someone is innocent for my imperator?
Sorry, say it again.
What's the word for revealing that someone was innocent? Again,
Revealing was innocent. So you want
revealing
to
that a person was innocent.
Oh,
indemnify?
No, it's the opposite. How I redeemed my imperator.
In the eyes of heaven?
Yeah, I think I'll go with that.
Yeah.
Okay.
I mean, I have one called "How I Healed My Imperator." I'm just
Yeah,
gonna,
it's pretty.
I'm just gonna delete
Well,
that because I don't want to compete.
Well, I think they're totally different. One is like their physical wound, and this one is just their standing. I don't.
yeah, I think they're different enough that
I
you
think
don't have
they're
to
Are they?
delete.
not.
Okay.
I
Yeah.
agree that they're fine.
Because what I was thinking is if the methodology by which we heal my imperator is redeeming them in the eyes of heaven and summoning the creator, we have like a bit of overlap here.
It's fine.
A bit. I am still not. Angels don't seem like beings that would be like, oh, you resurrected God. That's like you didn't kill him in the first place. They would probably still
Right.
probably be like, no, screw you. We were with
Yeah,
him for
fair
1,000 years.
Yep.
So I think they would be probably different.
I mean, in Nobilis, heaven is the place where perfect things are, and there's no place for a cripple in
Vindicate.
heaven.
Maybe vindicate. Prove
Exonerate?
one's innocent. Vindicate means prove one's innocence. So yeah.
Yeah.
I vindicated my redeemer. Or my imperator.
Yeah.
And even if you make it so that they accept Umaya,
Creator's not going to be back just because of that.
right? They're pretty different.
They're
Yeah, fair enough.
related, but not. They're related because one caused the other in terms of the problems, but I don't think that the solutions
Right.
are the same.
Is
the
there
goals
too
are
much
the
overlap
same.
between how I healed my imperator and how I met God? If the means by which we heal the imperator are like, I'm fine keeping them different. I'm fine keeping them separate, Golden. But I think if I have one thing called how I healed my imperator and one thing called how I met God, I think what we're saying is that those two things are the resolution of those two things is different.
Like, the way I see it is that they might converge at the end,
Right.
but like, I don't actually think the process can be the same.
Right. Yeah,
Yeah,
that's
so-
fine. That's
so
fine.
they both might advance into the same project at one point, but
Right.
but for
Yeah.
right now, they're different enough.
Right.
Yeah, I mean, Golden, if you're comfortable with it, I am. I wanted to make double dipping. That's
No,
my
it's
main.
fine.
That's my main thing.
This is something I thought about on like session 2 after I saw what you wrote down.
Right.
So it's okay, you can have both. I do
Yeah.
think that you could just say, oh, this is actually part of completing this project. So you just write a star, then you would have like a major insight about how your project changed. But if you just write down a new project, then I won't give you the experience for your old project, if that makes sense.
Yep, totally. Yep, I'm. That's totally fine with me.
Okay. Because like if the single act can still only advance one project, really.
Yep.
I think so. About getting home, I think you want to do a treasure miracle.
Okay, I can do that.
All right.
Let's see here. What level? I think it's difficulty 7. Getting miraculous help.
Okay, yeah, I can totally swing that.
So yeah, then yeah, you want to describe what it's like?
So this is getting miraculous help is what it's called.
Yeah. You decide and declare the miraculous anchor does something to strengthen or aid you in some way. That it comes to your aid because of the connection between the two of you, rather than by your command. In this case, you are assumedly commanding. But it also says at this level, your anchors may reach you from anywhere in existence. So it's got some travel in there.
Yeah.
And
So-
also, I think you need some strike to get to Earth. So it's the same thing, really.
Okay. God, what form does that take? Oh, yeah. Think I think Trek puts his will out into the ether, um, and calls upon. Okay, well, first question: have we seen any other living things traveling amongst the ether like we are?
Yeah, I think you have. Like,
Okay.
obviously, other whales, birds of different kinds. You would have seen humanoid figures walking on spiral golden roads to the stars.
Okay. So yeah, I think Trek puts out his need to be in a certain place quickly, and the birds that we have all been seeing begin to converge into sort of a jagged road that winds down toward Earth and points us in the right direction, and we begin following the road of the avian road.
Sure.
So it just looks like a bunch of stones, but they're all individual birds.
So I imagine, like, it's that scene. Have you guys seen Voyager? Where in the opening scene, the Voyager like
Mhm.
flies through the ring of a gas giant. So I imagine
Mm.
like the whale is like going through this road of birds and just splashing them everywhere as it goes, but it's going a lot faster. And yeah, I think you get there probably in a couple hours. Like most of the roads in the spirit realm are kind of round and windy, and confusing, but this is a straight road. And it's like you guys come to like the edge of creation where, the sky goes dark in one direction, there's no more stars, and you guys just descend towards the lone star gleaming on the edge of the universe. And as you get closer, you come across this giant mountain range, and on top of that mountain range is a giant skeleton of a dinosaur that's curved in like a circle. And part of that skeleton is uh, touching the outside, and part of it is, open to creation. And this is where you originally embarked from. This is the secret entrance into your chancel from the spirit world.
Cool.
So do we like fly like through the dinosaur's mouth and into?
Yeah, if you want. So,
I think that sounds
um,
foreboding and evil. And
the whale is way bigger than the room you're going to come out in. So,
so I guess we'll moor the whale onto the teeth of the dinosaur.
sure, you can do that. And also remember, though, that the whale might resent that because it is, after all, a creature of wanderlust that does not want to stagnate in place.
Oh yeah, yeah. Once we're all disembarked, I think all of the claptrap comes off the whale, and Trek sort of like puts a hand just behind the whale's eye, and mutters a thank you
Sure, and I think like the giant,
off the whale nose.
yeah, Jonah's eye gets bigger, and it makes this, happy whale song as it floats away to rejoin its pod. And yeah, you guys are on the boundary to your chancel.
Mhm.
So I guess you go in and you bring Sathael to meet Umaya.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
All right. So you guys just all go into the room. Is there anything you want to do before Zaphiel starts investigating?
Should we warn him about the excursions here, right?
Yep. You have said
Mm.
they can't leave your chancel.
Right. If we want to resurrect God, and being an excursion, maybe this very one killed God, then we may want to hide them for our own investigation. For now, protect them, later imprison them, or interrogate them.
Mm-hmm.
So, I would like to disappear without being real. Actually, I could, but Trek's probably better, being that they aren't bound to an individual. Maybe Trek should go warn the excursion. Trek can warn them and inherently be more subtle about it, I think.
I mean, you're explaining this to Trek that he needs to go do this because
I think sometime during the 8 days and the last single day while we were in hyperspace and doing that, I probably would have.
Okay.
Terte.
Yeah, I think Trek's kind of just going along with it, even though he doesn't understand the why of it.
Yeah.
But you guys seem to know what you're talking about here, so he'll do what he needs to do.
All right. How do you want to find him? He is in your chancel somewhere, but he is not with your Imperator when you arrive.
Right. I think I think I will begin just scouring the chancel, non-corporeally. And if possible, I can use this bond that no one can be hidden from me for long.
Yeah. So that would aid a miracle you make.
Okay.
Let's see here. Just look at. You want to do a miracle to find him?
Sure. Yeah.
A lesser divination would be free, but wouldn't help you. Yeah, it tells you about your state. So you need to do a greater divination, which would cost you 1 MP because you're in your chancel.
Okay.
All right. So you find him. He is in chains in the bottom of what looks like a tavern.
Okay. I guess I will make myself known to him and look at him and say, How did you come to be trapped here?
And Tartej up the Pishtum says, "Oh, it's been 2 weeks. There is a witch. You brought a witch into your chancel, and I tried to tell her not to draw attention, but she captured me and has put me here. She's made me answer her questions about what happened and why she was brought here. And she refuses to let me go unless I help her in her war."
Why was she brought here? And Did you say war? What war?
She started a war with the Chancel of Birds. It's she's of the dark, and they are of the light. It's, I suppose she knew that already. She came here because when a chancel is made, everybody within its boundaries is captured, and somehow she has not changed, not become acclimated to the chancel. It happens sometimes.
And this witch would appear to be powerful here if she has constrained you so.
She is, no doubt, she already knows of your presence here. You should leave before she captures you as well.
I will return with others, so we may put a stop to this. I'm sure that I'm sure that this is not within Umayya's plans.
Please hurry.
Yeah, so I will, evaporate into nothing and head back.
Alright, yeah, you can get back just fine. I think as you go back, like, you can see that this tavern is like part of a small collection of houses that look pretty beat up and ruined, and it's surrounded by a large field of wheat that people are out, harvesting with sickles. But yeah, you return back to your Imperador's chamber without a problem.
Yeah. Well, I go wherever Rob is at the moment.
Sure.
And
So, Robert, you guys are watching Umaya and Zafiel, talk. And, basically it comes out like Umaya is asking, why didn't you hear me? I called out for help. And Zafiel says, we heard you. We just decided to ignore you and leave you there. We felt it was a just punishment for your crimes against creation.
Sorry, I was AFK. I meant to have a small scene before we arrived, like literally with as you were walking down the village. But I got a phone call.
Sorry, I didn't notice that.
I didn't say it. And then I was going to do it right after the tavern scene, but
Sure.
then I at the wrong time. Anyways, so I was actually wanted to ask the angel as we were walking and after we arrived. How? So I just as we're walking, like, so how exactly did God, the Creator, die? Like,
we don't know. Nobody saw it happen. The Excrucians,
wait,
an army of them swarmed across heaven, and some of them went to the throne of God, and there was fighting inside. When we went in to check, God was nowhere to be found. Many Excrucians lay dead, and the throne room had been, destroyed by explosions and, knocking down pillars and different cuts and arrows and every kind of weapon imaginable. And there was a lot of blood. We've searched heaven and earth, but there's no sign.
Okay. I don't think Robin asked any more questions. I think that was just I wanted to know beforehand in case we kill him.
Yeah, sure. So Zafiel and Umaya are, having this conversation, And Umaya seems to like be taking pleasure out of seeing Umaya in this state. And also, what's your character's name again? It's Phineas.
Mm-hmm.
Like, as soon as you all step into your chancel, you feel like your estate is in danger from Zaphael.
Can I do a I would like to do some divination, please.
Sure.
Is it just him that feels that, or all of us feel that?
Just him.
Okay. Oh, your estate, right? Dinosaurs.
Yeah, I mean, I wasn't there for that. I
think I maybe mentioned that to you at the exact same time.
Dinosaurs?
Yeah, I think maybe as you feel this feeling, I'm like, because we're walking together, like you, me, and him. I'm like, oh, hey, did you know he's the one who killed all the dinosaurs like millions of years ago?
I would like to come this using my.
Sure. It's like level 2.
I think it's lesser divination.
Yeah.
Which I can do for free. Oh wait, can I?
Because you get a discount
Yes.
as well.
That I think I'm domain 1, lesser divination 2.
Yeah. You can do up to
domain miracles. Tell you basic mundane information about your estate. For instance, the power of the sun can use a level 2 miracle to predict the exact moment of sunrise. Is this mundane information about my estate?
Yeah. Also, look at 0. It's difficulty 0 to know reflexively when something puts your estate in danger. So you're just asking your estate what is going on, in particular.
Yeah, I'm more interested in like what is the danger? Why is Zaphael specifically a danger?
Yeah, lesser divination was going to tell you that.
Yeah. So
right.
Yeah, so I'll do that if I may.
Sure. And you learned that ages ago, Zaphael spoke an imperial miracle into the world that told of all the dinosaurs being destroyed in a meteor strike. And it stopped, after the meteor strikes happened because there were no more dinosaurs. But there are dinosaurs here.
Yeah.
And so the imperial miracle, still being active, is going to meteor strike all the dinosaurs.
Huh. Meaning there's a meteor headed for our estate right now.
Already?
Estate is a pocket dimension, sideways
Yeah.
reality.
It's coming right for your entire chancel.
Oh. You know this.
Huh.
Now, everyone being murdered in a horrific explosion isn't particularly bad for wanderlust or sadism.
That is true.
It's bad for dinosaurs.
Well, it's bad for dinosaurs because these are the only dinosaurs left.
I mean, one of the properties of hang on, let me rules lawyer this a little bit. One of the properties of dinosaurs is that they are extinct. Ergo, they
don't count.
Dinosaurs does not actually threaten the estate of dinosaurs because extinct dinosaurs properly, in fact, represent the estate of dinosaurs.
Oh, so you're saying you wouldn't know?
No, I'm saying
either way.
I think I know this. I think it's not inherent. It doesn't inherently challenge the nature of the estate of dinosaurs because extinct dinosaurs are still dinosaurs. Actually, what I am the estate of is the estate of the concept of dinosaurs. The dinosaurs as an extinct species that children
We're still dinosaurs.
But if all the dinosaurs die, there can't be more extinct dinosaurs.
This is so weird. Hang on.
So therefore,
this is Nobilis, man. This is literally why you play Nobilis, is to argue about
to argue about whether or not dinosaurs are dinosaurs if they're extinct.
Yes.
So
amazing.
In order for there to be more dinosaurs to become extinct, there have to be dinosaurs And if there are no dinosaurs to become
if
extinct,
there are extinct dinosaurs, so
they remain dinosaurs.
they remain. The concept of dinosaurs remain.
Hang on.
it'll
Let me take this
remain.
a step
It'll just be
further.
weakened.
The
Hang on.
absence of evidence is not the evidence of absence.
Wait, hang on. So to take this a step further.
Also, remember your estate property is extinct on Earth for some reason.
That is true. That is true.
It's not simply extinct. We're not on Earth.
mean, but the meteor, one of the things that the meteor did was, yes, it killed the dinosaurs, but it allowed some feathered dinosaurs to continue evolving into birds.
It didn't actually kill all the
Oh,
dinosaurs.
sure.
It killed or changed them.
Right. So hypothetically, all of the dinosaurs could just become birds, and that still represents properly the estate of dinosaurs.
Yeah, sure, but it's not going to stop the giant meteor fireball.
Okay, so genuine question here. When this giant meteor hits, is everything that isn't a dinosaur also going to die?
Yes.
Huh. That's definitely problematic for Phineas, because Phineas cares about people.
Right.
There are people here. How much time do we have, Hollyhock God? Do I know that?
It's a couple of days, 2 days.
Yeah, what's the doomsday timer?
Yeah.
You right now, if you look outside, you can see like a bright red star in the sky that's slowly growing larger.
Okay.
So difficulty 2, miracle of conversation. Let's role play this out a little.
Rawr, dinosaur.
Yeah, I would like to speak to. Yeah, I guess I want to speak to my estate. To the.
Rawr.
Okay, so the rules as written say this level of miracle also opens a channel of communication to the things of your estate, allowing you to talk to them with mundane actions and persuade them to do little subtly miraculous things.
Yeah, but it doesn't.
Yeah. That's not really what I want.
They don't
to do
become
here.
like a treasure or an anchor necessarily.
Right.
I think this is more like if there's a bird in the room, you can talk to it.
Like,
Right. Yeah, that's fair. Yeah, that's actually not really what I was in this. I'm not trying to persuade dinosaurs to do anything. Because actually what I need to do is I need to persuade a meteor to do something else.
Yeah. You can't really conversate with the meteor. Unless the meteor's a dinosaur.
I could just, I have an aspect of 4 and a discount of miracle points. I could probably just punch it away.
Yeah, I think, there's a bunch of solutions here, but, none of them are me, right? I think, Trek, you could make the meteor just go somewhere else, right? I don't know if that would...
I also have comes in many forms. I could, if I put that property onto the meteor, I could change it into a pebble or something.
Right.
Keep in mind that the meteor is a manifestation of an imperial miracle.
it's a big
so
miracle.
we're gonna have to resist that miracle, I'm guessing.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah. So,
of,
if you try and stop the meteor from hitting the chancel, it's going to be bad for everybody.
Right. Because it's because it is the nature of creation that dinosaurs be destroyed.
Right.
Yeah, fair enough.
You can, individually resist a miracle or try and change events that occur as a result of the meteor hitting. But if you, for example, hit the punch the meteor back into space and say the miracle does not happen, you take a deadly wound level, which takes an entire story to heal. Plus, I think a month or a year of game time.
Okay.
So, our best bet then would be to go to Zaphael and make him not do this.
He already did it thousands of years ago.
I'm assuming he can recall it.
Maybe not, because it's like changing something back in a way. I don't think he'd probably have to do another miracle to undo the miracle.
So we have 2 to 3 days, right? Zaafiel's presence is what is causing the miracle to exert itself in this pocket dimension of our
Yeah.
I
chapter.
triggered it. If he leaves, it will still come to pass.
Oh,
Ah,
okay.
God damn it.
So
Okay.
maybe he
Can't
doesn't leave.
persuade him to leave in the time that it would take.
I mean, why leave? Make him stay. He'll be destroying himself if that thing hits us. Within my capabilities, I can
I think that's
take
actually-
away his reasons to travel.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Okay. So we have a bunch of stuff to work on. We have 2 to 3 days on this. I think Phineas sees the red comet,
Yeah, you're the only one who knows about it.
right? I see it in the sky. I understand instantly what it is. I feel the threat to my estate. I have a quick conversation with my estate to understand exactly what's going on. But I think I'm just going to park the issue. I don't think I bring it up.
Okay.
Of all of the things to just table, the giant and meteor.
This is actually
Hang on,
one of the best part of
Right.
Nobilis
Right.
because
Put this in
a
context.
giant meteor isn't that much of a threat.
Yeah, I know.
There is literally a being of anti-creation trying to get into reality right now, and we have 1 day to not let it get in.
Okay, yeah.
Well, I mean, more than that, is a witch that somehow managed to chain him up somewhere. So
Totally, yeah. Like we have so many issues right now. I have 3 days to worry about this meteor.
That's
I'm-
like 6th on the list.
Yeah, like I think I'm probably out of the conversation for a little bit. If somebody else wants to like do a scene or like continue the action, that's fine. Because I'm thinking about the stuff and trying to figure it out, but I'm not going to bring it up in this scene. I'll bring it up later.
Yeah, I can't
Okay.
think of anything right now.
well,
No.
I'm headed back to Robert with the information about the excursion. So if
Sure.
we want to do that,
Well, you see, like I said, Zaphiel and Umaya are talking.
Yeah.
And, Zaphiel seems to be really happy that Umaya is suffering. And, he's basically telling her, yes, it's all your fault that God died, and we decided just to let you rot in the stone. And, I was going to kill you, but now that I see what pitiful state you're in, you deserve to be this way.
Guys, if I'm there with them, I just thought of a thing as a player. I have enough
mean-
miracle points and aspect to use a difficulty 9 miracle to kill an angel, and therefore have mastered the angel killing ability, which seems really good.
I think that significantly changes the bring the creator back to make sure he stays dead, because if he comes back, we're boned.
Hang on. So if this is a player conversation, I'd just like to point
This is a
out-
player conversation.
Right. So if we're having this as a player conversation, the Angel Zaafiel is the imperator of destruction and presumably some other things. So I think, and Golden, you can correct me if I'm wrong, but obviously,
him destroys
Primarch,
destruction
you can
himself.
decide to do whatever you want to do because that's your character.
Yeah.
But destroying the Angel Zaafiel will remove destruction from reality.
Just killing
As
the
well
Imperator
as-
kills the estates.
Yes, as well as any other properties that Zaafiel embodies, which he or
Okay.
she may. And Golden, jump in if I'm wrong on that. I want to make sure, like,
You are
a player
correct.
group, we're understanding the stakes.
There may still be destruction, like destruction's useful, but you're not really learning angel killing technique. You're learning imperator killing technique,
Okay.
and
Sure, that's a
if
really
you
big
intend
bullseye
to
on your
run
back.
around killing imperators, you become a greater threat than the Excrucians.
That's true. I was curious about all of, like, how would that work, and also, is this a weapon we want to have? How dangerous is it to have versus to wield?
You don't just get to kill them. You'd have to use it 5 times
Oh, 5
on
times?
each angel. Yes, because they have health levels, and no matter how strong your attack is,
Oh,
it's only going to
okay.
do 1 damage.
Okay.
Normally, like if you were,
If it was against anything that wasn't like this, like that.
yeah,
Cool. Okay. I thought there would be something against that, but wasn't sure. Okay. Continue on. I do not kill the angel or attempt to.
I sense a yet in there.
I mean, I just need to have the guys down in science invent an angel killing, like, tiny pistol. And then,
Right.
yeah.
So,
What are they talking?
like, Zaphael is just filling Umaya in on what happened after she became entombed in stone.
Okay.
And I think he gives her a kick in the side as his parting gift. And as he leaves, like, you see maggots crawling in the dead flesh of her body.
Of Umayya's?
Yeah.
Okay. I
And
think
she's
that
just, yeah.
I actually will take. I'm observing, sort of in the background of this whole exchange. I want to try. One of my estate properties is always knows how to hurt people. If I ever need to, I want to know
Right.
how to hurt this angel.
Sure.
Vulnerable to Yo Mama jokes.
Lesser
Doesn't take long.
divination is difficulty 2. Know the best way to hurt someone. Under its domain.
Yeah, okay. So
Yeah,
you know he's sometimes like rash and impulsive, and he really feels bad about killing the dinosaurs. And later he's going to feel bad about inflicting maggots on Umaya and saying all these awful things.
He wishes he wasn't so destructive.
Yeah, but he can't deny his nature.
Okay.
So, are maggots a form of destruction, or is he also like a decay imperator as well?
He is destruction as part of the natural cycle.
Okay.
Yeah, which I guess includes decay.
And since
like
they
rot.
since they break down everything, it's a form of destruction. All right.
Yeah. Cool.
So on my sheet I have he's extinction, wildfires, and worms.
Cool.
That's dope. That's a really good interpretation.
Yeah.
So what is Zaphael doing? Is he leaving?
He's leaving.
Okay.
He seems to be going back to heaven.
That was, from Robert's perspective, without knowing what the meteor, he was like, "Oh, that was uneventful." Since he doesn't know anything else, I think Phineas. I think probably as Zaphael leaves, do you come back or unless you were with us the whole time? I thought you may have stopped mid, stayed outside and dealt with thinking about the meteor situation, but I could be wrong.
Sorry, I lost a second there. Could you repeat that if you were talking to me?
Were you there and present for the whole conversation, or do you walk in afterwards?
I think I was present, but I was distracted.
Okay. I think I explain. I approach our Imperator, and I say, "So as you heard, it turns out that the Creator is dead. That heaven has been looking for it, for a long time."
Yeah, Umaya is just sobbing on the floor in complete despair.
Yeah.
And doesn't respond.
Can I it's as my Imperator? Can I use sadism against it in any way?
Yeah, you can do whatever you want.
Okay, I wasn't sure. I think that Robert says, "Umaya, did you let an Imperator in thousands of years ago?" An excrucian, yeah. Oops. An excrucian into creation thousands of years ago? Was that true?
And she's just sobbing.
Robert may have once been, but is no longer a compassionate man. I think he already got his sadism fix when he observed Zaphael. I don't think he needs to do any more, and he's still in conflict about that. I think he just rolls his eyes and leaves, honestly. Or I don't think he leaves completely. I think he just walks to the other side of the room and just kind of tries to wait it out.
Sure.
Mm-hmm.
So I think some time passes, and then I think you feel like an earthquake in the ground, and all of you feel your estates are in danger.
Okay.
And what?
We feel an earthquake, and then all of us feel our estates are in danger. Okay,
Yeah,
I run outside and see what's going on.
Somebody is breaking through into your chancel from outside.
From oh.
Okay. Time to flex some muscles here, I think.
And let's take a break, because we haven't had one for a while.
Yeah.
Okay. Take a break and finish up.
All right. We'll be back.